Bonjour et bienvenue sur Speak French. Avec moi, je suis Séverine, votre professeure de français. Hello and welcome to Speak French avec moi. I am Séverine and I am your French coach. Today, we're going to work on 15 super useful French questions for everyday life. As you know, these past episodes, we worked on asking questions, how to ask questions in French, and I'm always trying to make it simple so you can go to France or you can speak with French people and feel very confident when you speak. So we know that when you ask questions in French, we actually have different ways to ask the same questions. So for clarity, I will mostly use spoken French and standard French in these 15 questions. And also, I will only use the subject tu when you address one person you know. Why? Because the idea is to ask questions in your everyday setting. So it's not like you'll be talking to the concierge. It's more if you're going to talk to a host or some people that you meet at a party or any kind of event. So you can strike a conversation. And I have also added a standard answer for most of the questions. So that's very convenient because if someone asks you this question, at least you will know what to answer. So what are we going to cover today? We're going to have questions such as, what are you doing? What do you do for a living? What are you thinking about? What do you want to do? What does this mean? What did you say? How to say and you? And then we go to yes, no questions. Can you speak slowly, please? Do you want anything? Is it far from here? Do you want to do something? Do you like it? Are you busy? Are you free? And then the two last ones and the great icebreakers. How is your day and how's the weather? Of course, you will find the transcript on the website, speakfrenchavecmoi.com. You don't need to sign up. You just go to the podcast section and you will see the transcript. Thank you for all of you reaching out to me. Yes, I know I haven't had a chance to work on a workshop. I think the next winter camp will be in January now with the holidays coming. Everybody is busy. But please, if you're just joining the podcast, make sure to download all the previous episodes. That should keep you busy. And of course, if you're planning to go to France for the holidays, you should be able to speak pretty good French if you practice and listen to all the episodes that I've published so far. Are you ready to speak French? I will be right back after this short break. Alors, on va commencer avec des questions ouvertes. We are going to start with open-ended questions using quoi. In casual spoken French, to ask an open-ended question, you add quoi at the end of your question. Quoi. Quoi. Quoi means what, and you had it at the end of the question. The pattern is subject, verb, plus quoi. And maybe you want to make sure that you raise your hand, your voice at the end. So let's practice. What are you doing? Tu fais quoi? Tu fais quoi? What do you do for a living? Tu fais quoi dans la vie? Tu fais quoi dans la vie? What are you thinking about? Tu penses à quoi? Tu penses à quoi? What do you want to do? Tu veux faire quoi? Tu veux faire quoi? What does this mean? Ça veut dire quoi? Ça veut dire quoi? What did you say? Tu as dit quoi? Tu as dit quoi? Some people might even say t'as dit quoi? When French speak, the French, they tend to mush word all together. T'as dit quoi? What did you say? So let's repeat them, and I hope you got a chance to practice. You've noticed quoi at the end. Tu fais is you do or you're doing. Again, in French, no difference when you say I do or I'm doing. We use only one present tense. What are you doing? Tu fais quoi? Tu fais quoi? What do you do for a living? Tu fais quoi dans la vie? Tu fais quoi dans la vie? What are you thinking about? So we're going to use the verb penser, which is to think. Tu penses à quoi? Tu penses à quoi? What do you want to do? We're going to use the verb vouloir, which turns into tu veux for you want. Tu veux faire quoi? Tu veux faire quoi? What does this mean? We don't have a verb to mean, so we say vouloir dire. Vouloir dire, ça veut dire quoi? Ça veut dire quoi? What does this mean? And we just talked about what did you say? T'as dit quoi? Tu as dit quoi? Great. Make sure to go on the website to see the pronunciation. A lot of students of mine, they're shocked when they hear me and then they see the spelling. You'll notice something very important is that we don't pronounce the consonant at the end of French words. Now, I said that I promised that I would give you a very convenient answer to all these questions, because you might be the person who is being asked. So, the convenient answer is nothing special. What are you doing? Nothing special. What do you do for a living? Nothing special. What are you thinking about? Hey, nothing special. All right. So in French, you're going to say rien de spécial. Spécial with a s. Rien de spécial means nothing special. Tu fais quoi? Rien de spécial. Tu fais quoi dans la vie? Rien de spécial. Tu penses à quoi? Rien de spécial. Tu veux faire quoi? Rien de spécial. Ça veut dire quoi? Rien de spécial. Tu as dit quoi? Rien de spécial. Great. So now you know all these questions and you have to answer them. Another question I often get during classes is how do you say and you? And very often people get confused and they said and you using you as a subject, where in French it's more like and you, and in English too, as an object. So we're not going to say et tu, it's et toi. Et toi means and you. Et toi. And you. Terrific. All right, now we're going to ask our yes-no questions. For the yes-no questions, and I know if you've been listening to the podcast for a long time, I'm just sure you know that yes-no questions start with est-ce que in French. The spellings are tricky. You'll see clusters of consonants and vowel. It's est-ce que. You put est-ce que in front of your statement and you turn your statement into a question. It's very important to know that when you want to ask a question in French, in your mind, it's always, is it an open-ended question or is it a close-ended question? Close-ended question, yes-no question starts with est-ce que. Open-ended question with what ends with quoi. Right? Make a note of it. That's going to be very helpful. So the pattern is est-ce que plus subject plus verbe plus complément. All right, let's practice together. Can you speak slowly, please? Est-ce que tu peux parler moins vite? Est-ce que tu peux parler moins vite? In French, we said actually to speak less fast. That's the way people will say. Est-ce que tu peux parler moins vite? Est-ce que tu peux parler moins vite? Do you want anything? Est-ce que tu veux quelque chose? Est-ce que tu veux quelque chose? Is it far from here? Est-ce que c'est loin d'ici? Est-ce que c'est loin d'ici? Do you want to do something? Est-ce que tu veux faire quelque chose? Est-ce que tu veux faire quelque chose? Do you like it? Est-ce que ça te plaît? Est-ce que ça te plaît? Are you busy? Est-ce que tu es occupé? Est-ce que tu es occupé? Are you free? Est-ce que tu es libre? Now, for these two past questions, est-ce que tu es occupé ou est-ce que tu es libre? French might say, est-ce que t'es occupé? Est-ce que t'es libre? As I said, French tend to put everything together when they speak. Now, the two last questions are more like icebreakers, and they really are tricky for a lot of students because sometimes, even if you know your grammar, the translation is not like word for word. Until now, all the questions we had were word for word. Now, this one, how was your day? You're not going to say comment était ta journée ou comment a été ta journée. You can say that, comment a été ta journée, but most French would say comment s'est passée ta journée. Comment s'est passée ta journée? How was your day? And you know the answer. Rien de spécial. Of course, I'm kidding, but it's good to practice. How was your day? Comment s'est passée ta journée? And the last one, how's the weather? Quel temps fait-il? Quel temps fait-il? And please, if you have a chance, go and check in on the website to see how it's spelled. Quel temps fait-il? How is the weather? We don't say comment est le temps. It's quel temps fait-il? And here, of course, you don't want to answer rien de spécial. You can say il fait beau, the weather is nice, ou il fait mauvais if the weather is not that great. And you can also say il ne fait pas beau. Let's repeat them. Est-ce que tu peux parler moins vite? Est-ce que tu peux parler moins vite? Est-ce que tu veux quelque chose? Est-ce que tu veux quelque chose? Est-ce que c'est loin d'ici? Est-ce que c'est loin d'ici? Est-ce que tu veux faire quelque chose? Est-ce que tu veux faire quelque chose? Est-ce que ça te plaît? Est-ce que ça te plaît? Est-ce que tu es occupé? Est-ce que tu es occupé? Est-ce que tu es libre? Est-ce que tu es libre? Comment s'est passée ta journée? Comment s'est passée ta journée? Quel temps fait-il? Quel temps fait-il? You also notice for do you like it? I use a verb plaire, such as s'il vous plaît. Alors, in French, if you want to sound more French, you really don't say est-ce que tu aimes? You say est-ce que ça te plaît? Ça te plaît means does this pleases you? I know it sounds strange. That's the way that most French will ask you this question, and you can feel very confident and be very confident to ask this question when you want to know if someone enjoys something. Est-ce que ça te plaît? Voilà, c'est la fin de notre épisode. You made it. It was a long one, but it's very important that we practice. And these questions have a lot of verbs, a lot of pronunciation, and it's terrific for you. So please listen to this episode, practice with friends, practice, when you're on your way to work, or if you're at the gym, or when you walk the dog, or when you're cooking. It's great. The path to speak a foreign language is really to practice. Don't be shy. Just, make sure that you have a chance to practice what you learn. Just don't listen, okay? And I hope that you had a great day. And if nobody has told you today, I know you're terrific, and you're such a terrific person that you're going to go straight and leave 5 stars in the app or the website that you use to listen to my podcast. Merci, au revoir, à bientôt.